Matthew Perry's sudden death shocked the world. As we know, the beloved actor was found at his home after an apparent drowning. He was only 54 years old and his passing was an absolute tragedy. In the days since the news broke, there's been more reports coming out about the circumstances surrounding the incident. So with everything we now know, let's look at the top 10 Matthew Perry warning signs we should have noticed. Number 10, Matthew Perry's pickleball partner. It's been reported that Matthew played pickleball almost every day with a female friend, and she noticed that he had been fatigued over the last week and appeared tired on the day he died. Matthew's pickleball partner has told how she spotted scary warning signs that he was unwell just hours before his death in his hot tub. Extra host Billy Bush revealed on Instagram that his partner spotted signs he wasn't quite right. He wrote, "I spoke to the woman he played with this morning and every morning. She is in shock. She adored Matt. She said she had been fatigued today and over the past week. A little more than usual too. He played for 1 hour and then he went home." As we know, the 54-year-old star was found dead in his LA home after reportedly drowning in his hot tub. Law enforcement claims 911 dispatched responders at around 4 p.m. local time after a report of cardiac arrest. When they arrived on the scene, they began water rescue protocol after Matthew had seemingly drowned. At the time, it was reported that there were no narcotics on the scene and cops did not suspect any foul play, which many believe adds to the tragedy of his passing. Number 9, last photo ever taken. Matthew Perry last posted on Instagram 5 days before his sudden death at age 54. He shared a nighttime photo of himself inside a hot tub on Monday, October 23rd. In the caption, he wrote, "Oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good? I'm Mattman." If you didn't know, Mattman is a name he'd used in recent days while posting on social media, where he would often include references and images related to Batman. In the past, he said he felt a connection to the comic book hero, a wealthy but damaged man who used his grief at losing his parents as a child into helping others. He said he felt that he was also helping others by speaking out about his struggles with addiction. In fact, Matthew recently posted a picture of Batman's logo illuminated in red lights with the caption, "Sleep well everybody, I've got the city tonight." The day before the hot tub photo, he posted video of the moon with the caption, "Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm Mattman." As recently as Tuesday, he posted on Twitter saying, "Let's make stigmas a stigma. I'm Mattman, hashtag mental health." But it wasn't all cryptic messages. On October 15th, he shared a rare photo of himself with his father, actor John Bennett Perry. In the caption, he wrote, "Here is me and my father John, both holding a beverage." So it seemed like he was just sharing happy memories there. Number 8, Jennifer Aniston's warning. The actress's forward warning to her friend's co-star Matthew Perry amid his alcohol addiction has now resurfaced after his sudden death. As we know, Matthew rose to fame for his role as Chandler Bing on the hit 90s sitcom alongside Jennifer, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, and David Schwimmer. And just last year, he revealed that he and Jennifer had stayed in each other's lives and remained in close contact. He said she was the one that reached out the most. "You know, I'm really grateful to her for that." He went on to reveal that it was just Jennifer who confronted him first about his addictions during the filming of the show, when the symptoms of his problem were just too obvious to ignore. Apparently, she approached him during a break in filming and told him, "We know you're drinking." Looking back on that moment, Matthew thought it was scary. At that point in his life, he said he should have been the toast of the town, but instead he was in a dark room meeting with nothing but dealers and he felt completely alone. In his own mind, he thought he was doing a perfectly fine job hiding his habits from his co-stars, but at a certain point, they all knew he was in trouble and did their best to support him. Number 7, his co-stars were worried. Matthew spoke about the moment that all of his friends' co-stars found out about it. Matthew said they were all understanding and they were patient with him. Quote, "It's like penguins. Penguins in nature, when one is sick or one is very injured, the other penguins surround it and prop it up. They walk around it until that penguin can walk on its own." That's kind of what the cast did for me. For a while, he thought he could hide behind his infectious humor and push forward with his life on the wings of the success of Friends. He said, "I thought being funny all the time was how I would get through it. I thought Friends was going to fix everything, but it didn't." Ultimately, Matthew would get clean and sober in 2001, but he estimated that he relapsed 60 or 70 times over over the years, according to his 2022 memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. Along the way, he had many stints in rehabilitation facilities and suffered through a number of serious health issues, including a 5-month hospitalization in 2018 after his colon ruptured due to overuse. So he had an incredibly long battle just trying to beat his own habits, which was extremely difficult for him, as it would be for anyone. Yes, he said he had a good support system, but it's not always that simple. Number 6, the dramatic weight loss. When sharing about his substance use and the toll it began to take on his body, Matthew confessed he was taking as many as 55 pills a day, which contributed to his weight dropping to just 128 pounds. In an interview last year, he admitted that he didn't know how to stop. He also shared an analogy that explains the power that these substances had over him at the height of his TV career. He said, "If the police came over to my house and said, 'If you drink tonight, we're going to take you to jail,' I'd start packing. I couldn't stop because the disease and the addiction is progressive, so it gets worse and worse as you grow older." At his lowest point, Matthew revealed that he was given just a 2% chance to live while in the hospital. He spoke out this horrific experience in the memoir and how he had the mental strength to survive that trauma. During last year's interview, he told his story and became overcome with emotion, saying, "I'm an extremely grateful guy. I'm grateful to be alive, and that's for sure. And that gives me the possibility to do anything." He went on to reveal that part of his inspiration for writing an open and honest memoir, with all the ups and downs, was the hope that his stories could serve as kind of lifelines for others like Jennifer Anniston was for him. Number 5, the hospitalisation. Matthew's memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, a candid, darkly funny book, exposed his struggles with addictions, which got so severe that in 2018, at the age of 49, he suffered a gastrointestinal perforation as a result of his extreme usage. He was given just a 2% chance of living after being comatose for 2 weeks, and the actor had to use a colostomy bag while his colon healed. Matthew revealed that while his body was relying on the bag, he woke up in a horrific state 50 to 60 times throughout the 5 months he was hospitalized. So he made it very clear that he was suffering during this time. And the worst part about all of this was his secret. All it was. Very few people knew that he was going through this. Matthew once joked that viewers of Friends could now tell that substance he was using by observing his changing appearance. He said in his book, "You can track the trajectory for my addiction if you gauge my weight from season to season. While I'm carrying weight, it's alcohol, and when I'm skinny, it's pills. When I have a goatee, it's a lot of pills," which is extremely sad when you think about how well it was hidden from everybody around him. Number 4, shocking revelations. Matthew Perry admitted 2 years ago that he had suffered from anxiety, which often came when he was trying to be as funny as can be in front of the live studio audience for Friends. The admission came up during the HBO Max Friends reunion with Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, and David Schwimmer, which aired in May 2021. He said that trying to be great made him extremely nervous, and his co-stars at the reunion said they never had any idea he was suffering on set, as he always delivered such a fabulous performance while seemingly at ease. He said, "To me, I felt like I was gonna die if they didn't laugh. And it's not healthy for sure, but I would sometimes say a line and they wouldn't laugh, and I would sweat and just go into convulsions if I didn't get the laugh I was supposed to get. I would freak out." His co-star Lisa Kudrow was shocked to hear that. She said that Matthew was always such a cool cucumber, and he was one of the best on set, always delivering a line well as he played Chandler Bing. Even though he never said anything to his co-stars back then, he felt this way every single night. As we know now, his time on Friends was significantly impacted by addiction. Number 3, Memoir Controversy. One surprise takeaway from Matthew Perry's autobiography was his apparent feelings towards Keanu Reeves after he repeatedly questioned why other actors die while Keanu is still alive. But why is it that the original thinkers like River Phoenix and Heath Ledger die, but Keanu Reeves still walks among us? Upon learning that another former co-star, Chris Farley, had died, he wrote, "I punched a hole through Jennifer Aniston's dressing room wall when I found out. Keanu Reeves walks among us." Matthew would later apologize for the comments and released a statement saying, "I'm actually a big fan of Keanu. I just chose a random name and it's my mistake. I apologize. I should have used my own name instead." But that's not all. There were a lot of interesting admissions in his memoir. He also revealed that he asked out Jennifer Aniston before filming Friends. He explained how the two of them were the only Friends stars who knew each other before the show, having met 3 years before through mutual acquaintances. In one part of the book, he wrote, "I was immediately taken by her, and how could I not be? And I liked her, and I got the sense she was intrigued too, but maybe it was going to be something." It's safe to say that fans were more than shocked by that revelation. Number 2, celebrity reactions. In the wake of Matthew Perry's sudden death, reactions and tributes have been pouring in from the Friends community, including some of his former co-stars. Many of these amazing tributes paying homage to Perry's life and legacy both on and off screen. The official Friends account on Instagram made a post saying, "We are devastated to learn of Matthew Perry's passing. He was a true gift to us all, and our heart goes out to his family, loved ones, and all of his fans." A representative for the actor and law enforcement confirmed his death to NBC News. He was found at his home in Pacific Palisades after an apparent drowning, and he was only 54. Known best for his iconic portrayal of Chandler Bing on the long-running sitcom Friends, Matthew Perry won international recognition and critical acclaim throughout his prolific Hollywood career. Aside from Friends, he also starred in television series and films like Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, Growing Pains, Ally McBeal, 17 Again, and Perry received an Emmy nomination in 2002 for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series for his role as Chandler Bing, and later Emmy and Golden Globe nominations for his performance in the 2007 miniseries The Ron Clark Story. And number 1, co-stars speaking out. The actress who portrayed Chandler's ex-girlfriend Janice on the show, Maggie Wheeler, also remembered the late Matthew Perry in a statement shared with NBC News. She wrote, "Matthew was an incredibly generous actor. There was no single time I stepped onto the stage with him that I did not feel lifted by his brilliance. Even in his darkest moments, his comedic timing was impeccable." Maggie said that Matthew suffered so terribly as his book revealed to the world, and that she hopes he is at peace beyond that suffering. He died way too soon and will be missed by all who loved and knew him in life, and as the beloved Chandler Bing. Maggie also shared a tribute on Instagram alongside a photo of the two of them from the show. She wrote, "What a loss. The world will miss you, Matthew Perry. The joy you brought to so many in your too short lifetime will live on. I feel so very blessed by every creative moment we shared." In the show, Janice and Chandler were no doubt a fan favorite couple. For a recurring character who only appeared in 20 of the show's 236 episodes, Janice's relationship with the gang added a surprisingly interesting subplot to the show. And even though she ultimately didn't end up with Chandler, there are still so many people who love to see their romance unfold on screen.